right. Let's see how fast it pops up tonight. Pre-checks. Okay. We are up. Fantastic. On all of them. Beautiful. Wonderful. They're coming on. I see them. But where are they? No comments yet. Come on. Hi, Sophie from Chicago. You are number 1 tonight. Look at that. First timers, long timers, let me know. They're going to come in a cascade. They're all coming at one time. Amanda from Cumberland, West Virginia. Hello. Billy from Boston. Hello, Pink. Hello, everybody. Jane from Minnesota. Hello. Mary from Frederick, Maryland, I think. Hello, Justin from Tuscaloosa. Hello, Angela from Minnesota. Wow, they're coming in fast. I almost can't read them. They're so quickly. Michelle is a long timer. Okay. You're going to hear some things tonight. Central New York, Marcus. Erica from Colorado. Excellent. Elaine from Indiana. Beautiful. Opal, Minnesota. That's a cool city name or town name, Kelly. Excellent. Let's see. Long timer. First timer, Joseph. First timer, long timer. I like that. Let's see. I saw the malfunction, Anne. Interesting. Hello, Brandy from Ontario, Canada. Good evening, Charmin. Hello. Let's see. First timer from Canada, Anthony. Welcome, Anthony. Thank you for being on tonight. I appreciate it. Jana from Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. Chow from Wisconsin. Tatiana. Beautiful. Long timer from South Australia. Bree. Thank you. Everyone liked Jason Q. We're going to go into that in a little bit, okay? Ohio, Scott. Welcome. Lisa from St. Louis. Belinda, West Virginia. Welcome all of you noble patriots. Hello, Bain. Pennsylvania, Connie. Hello. Oh, look at that. I was told by a friend of mine that I might be Batman, so I might as well wear the shirt, right? Welcome. Kathy, welcome. Yes, Jason Q will be back. He's going to be back a lot. I'm working on the format of how to have him, and I'll explain that in a minute, okay? I am very happy with the first one with him, considering, and I'm going to go into that again in a little bit because we're gonna go over one of his posts, okay, tonight. How about that? Today's show was crazy. Yes, it was, Melinda. I'm glad everyone liked Jason because I had a couple haters out there, and you know what? I don't really care, but yeah, I actually I don't mind haters. What I don't like is I don't like when people put other people down. So that's a problem for me. Don't put people down. That's not cool. All right. We'll go more into it. Okay. Anyway, welcome to the show, Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, your source for health, freedom, and lots of knowledge. How about that? Okay. Excellent. All right. Let me start off with a truth bomb by our very favorite press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany. Here we go. Okay, I gotta figure out why you guys can't hear that because there should be no reason it shouldn't be on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I will figure it out. Hold on. Hold on. That's weird. Ooh, really weird. Really weird. Okay. Let me. Okay, I know there's no sound, guys. I know there's no sound. I'm working on it here. There's no reason it shouldn't be no sound. Hold on a second. Okay, anyway, let's do this. Since that's not working and that's not very happy, no idea why that's not very happy. Interesting, interesting. That should work perfectly. Okay, whatever. That's not going to work. Anyway, she dropped the truth bomb on everybody and basically said the Democrats are complaining about rioting, calling it Trump's America. And then she said it's like the arsonist blaming the firefighter. All right. So she like destroyed them at the end. It was phenomenal. No idea why that audio's or video's not working slash audio's not working. I'll figure that stuff all out. But anyway, moving on. That might mess up a couple of the videos, but we'll live, okay? So I want to take you to the next article, which is here we go. Now, before I show you this article, this is from the Washington Post. Now we know this is now the mainstream media, okay? It's completely. Wait until you read this headline, and then I'll show you the article. This is how they do their work to keep everyone in fear. New Trump pandemic advisor pushes controversial herd immunity strategy, worrying public health officials. Let me blow this up for you. Let me repeat that headline. New Trump pandemic advisor pushes controversial herd immunity strategy, worrying public health officials. Let me explain to you what herd immunity is. Herd immunity is how your immune system actually works. All right. So as I scroll down here, Dr. Scott Atlas. Let me brief you on this. One of the president's top medical advisors is urging the White House to embrace a controversial herd immunity strategy to combat the pandemic. Now here we go. This is how this crazy herd immunity thing works, okay? But it's controversial. You have to remember, the entire human population on planet Earth works off of this, but it's controversial. Here we go. This would entail allowing the coronavirus to spread through most of the population to quickly build resistance to the virus while taking steps to protect those in nursing homes and other vulnerable populations, according to 5 people familiar with the discussions. The administration has already begun to implement some policies along these lines, according to current and former officials as well as experts, particularly with regard to testing. So, this controversial, and it even says down here again, okay, his name is Dr. Scott Atlas. He's a neuroradiologist and a fellow at Stanford's Conservative Hoover Institute. He joined in August. Now, here, let me give you this one, okay? He has advocated that the United States adopt the model Sweden has used to respond to the virus outbreak, according to these officials, which relies on lifting restrictions so healthy people I can't say it with a straight face, can build immunity to the disease rather than limiting social and business interactions to prevent the virus from spreading. I apologize. This is so they are pushing that herd immunity is controversial. Can I explain something to you? I'm going to be very, very open about the fact that I'm a chiropractor, okay? I am not a medical doctor, nor do I want to be a medical doctor. If I wanted to be a medical doctor, I could have went to medical school. I did not want to be a DO. I could have went to DO school. I'm not an ND or a naturopathic doctor because I didn't want to be an ND. Okay, I wanted to be a chiropractor because I can work in the world of nutrition. I can work in the world of natural health, and I can adjust the spine because the spine is your nervous system. Okay, so I wanted to work in this world because I wanted to be able to do anything, and I didn't want to prescribe medication. I didn't want the ability to prescribe medication. So some people are going to go, why wouldn't you want the ability to prescribe medication? Haha, because if someone comes into your office as a medical doctor and they have a legitimate medical problem, say high blood pressure or something like that, and they go to leave and their blood pressure is at a level that is not safe, okay, it is in their code of ethics as a medical doctor to prescribe them that medication. All right. I did not want to be put in a position where if someone came in, I would have to prescribe something to be within my license. I don't want to prescribe medication. So you say, okay, well, what if someone comes in that like, I have options. I can naturally work to bring it down, and I can do it quickly because I have ways of doing that. And then worst case scenario, if something does occur, I have a hospital right next door where I am. I can actually send them to the emergency room to have it properly handled, and then they can come back and handle things naturally and possibly get off the medication if they want to. Okay? But I went into this field because I understand how the nervous system and our physiological body works. I understand homeostasis, and I understand immunology. I understand pathogens. Herd immunity, natural herd immunity, is actually how something works. That's actually how the world of health and pathogens work. Non-herd immunity, dangerous, is when you inject somebody with something thinking that's going to actually fix it. No, you don't get herd immunity through vaccination. It doesn't work that way. All right? So, the fact that the Washington Post published that means, one, they don't know what the hell they're talking about, or two, they do know what they're talking about, and they're the mainstream media, right? They create chaos to make money. That's what they do. And now they'll do everything in their power to destroy the system that is trying to take them down. Okay? So, if you want herd immunity to work, now, I will tell you, I would have been completely okay at the beginning of this pandemic if they said, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have the people who are, say, over 65, over 70 with several disease processes possibly or comorbidities. So say you're a person over 65 or 70 and you might have cardiovascular disease and diabetes and something else. Those folks, or immune challenged folks, say somebody younger but has a genetic issue, or they have a legitimate medical problem that they're born with or they have. Okay, good. That part of the population, do me a favor. We're not going to mask you and glove you, but we would like you to stay home as much as possible while everyone else, like us, who is healthy, allow us to keep going around society, and we'll allow that herd immunity to happen. And then by the time that all occurs, the disease will have gone away, and then you guys still inside will not be harmed by it. And if anything, you'll get a much lesser version of the pathogen, and your body would be able to handle it. That's how it's supposed to work, not the way we did it. So anyway, moving on. Did anyone see Joe Biden talk today for, I think, 12 minutes? I did not see it. I've only seen clips. Now, I'm going to try to play this video one more time, but if it doesn't work, I'll just tell you what happened, okay? I'll just tell you what happened if this doesn't work, because the rest of it, I think I'm good. I don't need any video. So the rest will be fine tonight, all right? So let me see if this plays. Let me try it. If it doesn't, no big deal. Yeah, definitely not working. Okay, so this is Joe Biden, all right? COVID, so he literally couldn't get the words out. He said he stumbled over himself for 19 seconds. He couldn't get the words out. So go to Praying Medic if you want to see that clip. It's all there. He got the number wrong. He said like 1,000,000, 100,000. He couldn't keep his train of thought. It was 19 seconds of a train wreck. All right. Now, on top of that, did anyone else see when Biden got out of his vehicle and was walking up towards the crowd? And I use the word crowd lightly because it was not a crowd. It was like a scattering of people that he spoke to. He is toast. He is done. I'm telling you right now that this election is over if this is how it goes forward. But he brought 3 pizzas. He brought 3 pizzas to whoever he gave them to. I never saw who he gave them to. Now, one of the running thoughts on this is that the president is trolling the pedos. He's trolling the pedos by having people like Joe Biden deliver pizzas. He showed the pizza at the pizza shops. He's tweeted about it. And then he's had George Bush deliver pizzas to firefighters, I believe, in New York City, like 9/11. He also had Chrissy Teigen deliver pizzas. He's had a whole bunch of celebrities deliver pizzas. And apparently, this is kind of a, let's see, what do you want? Propitiation, it's not really the word, but he's basically busting them out in the open over Pizzagate. The president knows damn well what was happening, how it was going down, and he is now busting them for doing it. Now, this takes me into my next thing. I was going to show you another Biden clip, but it's okay. There's no video. The rest of my night is no video, I think, except for one, but at the end, no big deal. There's no words in it, okay? Now I'm going to take you through a Twitter feed because I want to show you something. Many of you have not seen this Twitter feed. And Charlie Freak has talked about this before. Now, I have Charlie Freak on tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Tomorrow afternoon, as far as I'm concerned, we confirmed it, so we're good to go on that. So, here you go. It is possible, and Jason Q talked about this earlier, that the Q work, everything was done on the exact dates that Q said they were done back in 2017, 2018, 2019. And we're seeing the movie play out now. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Because if you didn't know, back in 2017, 2018, 2019, the president was actually traveling around the globe handling some business. Let me take you to this Twitter feed that some of you may have seen, some of you may have not seen. And this is a little longer one, but this is a phenomenal feed, and I'm going to tell you who it is. So this is 3 days, 3 nights. That's the Twitter handle, at 3 days, 3 nights. Now, I am not saying this is 100% true. What I'm saying is I have seen this from a couple different sources, okay? This is the proof of submission to Trump. Relax, Trump had already won. He forced the globe to submit to MAGA under fear of declassification. Everything you are witnessing now is the dead cat bounce of satanic socialists, and it will wake up billions. Here's proof to make your day. So, Saudi Arabia submitted. Way back in mid-2017, Trump made a trip to Saudi Arabia. The king submitted publicly by holding a sword dance in honor of Trump. This is symbolic of going to war together. Q 140. Q post 140. In October 27th, one side of their pyramid fell with the Saudi Arabia coup. Now keep in mind, Saudi Arabia was helped make 9/11 occur. They were in it. Okay? Now, 3, Israel submitted. Immediately after leaving Saudi Arabia, Trump went to Israel. Even today, Saudi Arabia and Israel are still getting along. Trump visited the Wailing Wall. Israel publicly submitted by allowing the U.S. to move our embassy to Jerusalem with our military protection. Now look at how Jerusalem is spelled out. Capital USA in the middle. All right. Number 4, the Vatican submitted. This was a famous picture. The Pope did not look happy. Trump left Israel and flew straight to Rome. Pope Francis would have been shown concrete evidence of human trafficking provided by the new coalition of U.S., Saudi Arabia, and Israel. Red lines were drawn in the sand. The Pope submitted publicly in this picture. So the picture, you have a president beaming, and you have a Pope not. I can't believe the Pope would even take that picture like that. And that is a legit, real picture. Can anyone see that he is not happy? The EU and NATO submitted. Trump then left Rome and flew to Brussels. The EU and NATO now realized we have it all, and they were told to stand down on Brexit and pay more for NATO. EU leaders publicly submitted in this photo when Trump walks in late like a boss. So they were all standing there waiting, and the president walks in. There is Angela Merkel, who just happens to be Adolf Hitler's daughter. And the president looks in like he does not give a crap. Okay? Las Vegas battle. In October 2017, Q implied they tried to take out the new Saudi Arabia Crown Prince bin Salman, who's a good guy. Former evil Saudi Arabia Crown Prince Alawid is neutralized. He just happened to control Twitter. We now control Twitter. This was a key event. So, do you remember the event in Las Vegas, the shooting? It is also presumed that the president and bin Salman, there was a possible assassination attempt on them there as well. Here is the bad Saudi Arabia prince, and there is Jack Dorsey of Twitter. Okay? And then here's a Q drop. Why was the arrest of Alawid and others important? How's Alawid and BO tied to Huma? And it goes through that. Big Tech CEO submission. With the takedown of puppeteer Alawid, Crown Prince bin Salman goes on a Trump-approved submission trip to all the CEOs formerly owned and controlled by the Saudi Arabia side of the pyramid. Google, Apple, Twitter, Facebook, Microsoft. That's bin Salman right there, not in his typical Middle Eastern garb. Okay. Oh, by the way, that was I believe that's a Google CEO. I don't remember his name. Here is Dorsey from Twitter. Okay. There is Cook of Apple. And there is Zuckerberg of Facebook. Japan submitted. With the Middle East and big tech in submission, Trump turns his attention to Asia in November 2017. Japan submitted when they let Trump hand out the sumo champion trophy. The Japanese emperor died, removing another old house family from control. Okay, South Korea and North Korea submitted. Trump left Japan and flew to South Korea. Many believe this was the first time Trump went to the North Korea border to meet with Kim. Just a few weeks earlier, the nuclear research mountain in North Korea collapsed, killing their nuclear scientists, removing the nuke threat. Number 10, China submitted. Trump then flies to China to meet with Xi in the Forbidden City, which is not something that happens. This is a massive act of submission. Remember, Xi had already visited Trump at Mar-a-Lago for a few days in the spring of 2017. China wants to rid itself of its deep state as well. So some people ask me why I and others talk about Xi differently than China. China is overtaken by the deep state. Xi would like his basically country back. So Xi is most likely working with Putin and Trump to defeat this hidden enemy. Vietnam submitted. Trump then heads to Vietnam to get Southeast Asian leaders to submit, including Singapore and the Philippines. Trump is placed in honor position to the right of Vietnam leader as proof of submission. It is all about stopping the trafficking. Number 12, Davos CEOs submitted. As we enter 2018, the world leaders understand the plan and average U.S. citizens are waking up to cue. Trump flies into the Lion's Den at Davos, Switzerland with Soros present. All the largest global CEOs and bankers submit to Trump at Davos. If you have not watched the 30-minute Davos speech, you should. Here is Trump at the middle of the table with major companies. Novartis, the pharmaceutical, Anheuser-Busch, SAP, Siemens, Homeland Security Secretary, Deloitte, Nestle, World Economic Forum, Nokia, Adidas. Adidas was a Nazi company, by the way. Bayer AG or Monsanto, HSBC, a whole bunch of them there. I don't know all of them, but a whole bunch of them. India submitted. Trump now turns his focus to India. Their leader Modi submits publicly to Trump with these hugs. He also clasped his hands together in this photo to show his hands were tied, and he submitted. These comms are important to them and very symbolic. So there's Modi. Central America submitted. Trump gets the new president in Mexico to submit along with Central American leaders. The cartels all must be removed with military over time. Trump hovers over their leaders as they submit by ending illegal migrant caravans. Brazil submitted. Trump welcomes a new friend to the table when Brazil elects their version of Trump with Bolsonaro as president. He submits, hands clasped in the photo, and quickly arrests Oprah's best friend, spiritual advisor, and accused trafficker, John of God. Argentina submitted. At the G7 in Argentina, Trump corrals all the global bankers together and forces their submission. Then Trump walks off stage, leaving the Argentina president all alone, showing Argentina's submission to Trump. Argentina is a trafficking hideout. Trudeau and Merkel submit. Trudeau and Merkel submitted to Trump at the G7 summit in Canada. Here's a great picture of it. Okay? He looks like he doesn't give a damn, quite honestly. Macron submitted. Okay, Macron here. He's leading him like a little boy. Okay, he's totally like being alpha over him. All right. Theresa May submitted. She was crying here. Okay. The Queen submitted to Trump when she allowed him to walk in front of her during a review of her honor guard. Then she placed Trump under her sigil in the center position. Then she had him sit in Winston Churchill's chair. Total submission photo. So he totally just walked right in front of her. Okay, a big deal. Here's another one. Okay, he's right in the middle, taking over. And then, great photo of him in Churchill's chair. Totally relaxed. Okay, Prince Charles submitted. He's actually talking to Prince Charles's own honor guard. He goes up and talks to him, which is tremendous. And then Russia, the famous Russia. The soccer ball was handed over. They're smiling at each other. Okay, and then here is some of the pizza stuff. So look at this. Kevin Spacey delivering pizza. Look at that. Okay, George Bush delivering pizza. And this was the famous funeral photo. Okay. And then Schumer and Pelosi supposedly submitted. Now, I don't know how all of this is 100% true. I'm showing it to you. Newsom and Brown supposedly submitted earlier on. And then you have Cuomo. And I don't know if you noticed this, but Cuomo has some really weird stuff going on underneath his shirt. Okay. Like this one. That looks very strange. Just so you know. Okay. And then the Fed submitted, and then the GOP senators submitted. So you can go through all this stuff because I have things to go on. But yes, that is, let me scroll to the top here real quick. 3 days, 3 nights. Okay, a very good one. Now, next, I'm going to take you to Jason Q. All right. Now, before I dive into Jason Q, let me have, all right, a little discussion. So I have been talking to Jason Q now. I've had probably 2 conversations with him over the phone, 45 minutes, a half hour each individually. Okay. And I talked to him the night before. I talked to him last night late online via video. And I will tell you, this man literally is working probably 20, 22 hours a day. He sleeps very little, printing this stuff off, studying it, highlighting it, writing notes. All right. He also told me before he came on that he's only done 1 podcast. It was literally a podcast, only audio, no video. Okay. He did 1, and the guy who did the podcast, I guess, wasn't like super, didn't really lead him in a good, like, it wasn't led. It was more of just like discussion back and forth, and he wasn't super comfortable with it. So when I asked him to come on, he offered, but he said, this is the first time I'm going to do the video. So I helped him set it up on his end. I helped him set it up last night and did like a little bit of a dry run for today. So he spends his days and nights literally studying and researching for you. It's not for him. He actually has said many times on the phone, he said it a little bit today, is this is not about ego. This is about waking up humanity. He actually literally wants to take a copy of everything and be able to provide it to every human on earth as their new history. So that leads me to this. Is he 100% dead on accurate? I don't know. I'm assuming, some of it, maybe he's 98, 95%, 90%, whatever. I'm going to tell you that most everything he's talked about, I have at least read at some other point. I have not necessarily studied it like he has. And then he actually helped me connect the rest of the pieces that I did not before know about. He didn't even drop the hardcore stuff on you guys today. There is deeper stuff that he's told me that he hasn't even gone to with you. This is why we have to do it over a period of time. So the reason I'm saying this is, 1, I am very protective of him because, 1, he has my same name, so he's a good dude. But reality, he is a guy who I remember when I first started off in natural healthcare, and I wasn't just okay with studying the basic levels of nutrition and healthcare. I needed to know deep what was going on. And I ended up in the world of Monsanto. I ended up in the world of just crazy town from a standpoint of healthcare. So when I first started doing seminars a long time ago for natural health in front of public, I had a similar problem where I had so much in my head that I knew about, like to the point where it's almost like a gift and a curse at the same time. When I study this stuff that I talk to you guys about, I am so obsessed with it at times that it's very easy to recall. All right. But the problem is you gain so much that when you're then asked the question about it, you don't necessarily know how to present it in what form, because it's basically just like a word vomit. You want to get everything out because you just want to help. Sometimes when I'm done with this show at night, I get done, my wife is already sleeping, and the next morning she'll say, "What did you talk about last night?" And I'll say, "Honestly, I don't really know. I don't remember." She's like, "What do you mean you don't remember?" I'm like, "I don't remember what I talked about. You'll have to go watch the video." Like, some things I can give you like a bullet point, but I don't remember everything I said because sometimes I just like go off the fly. Like right now, this is off the fly. So I'm not going to remember it tomorrow morning. So I usually do not look at a lot of the threads because there's so many. I look for people who need help. That's the best I can do, right? So I started looking through. And I had several people that said not great things about Jason. And I'm going to tell you right now, if that was one of you, I want you off my page. Do not judge how someone talks. Do not judge how they present something, especially when they are working for humanity. So, I will actually go on and I will block you and tear you off of my page because I do not allow anybody to go after someone that I have on, whether I agree with them or not. This is about respecting a viewpoint. Even if you don't agree with him. Yes, he went into biblical stuff and he blew some minds today. I didn't say you had to believe him. You can have whatever you want. All I told you was, and I warned you way up front, be prepared because he's going to drop some knowledge on you that is going to make your head rattle and spin around. He is trying to prepare you for a world that you're going to enter into in the next probably 6 months to a couple years that is literally 180 degrees from where you are and what you understand right now. They lied to you your entire life. They've lied to you for thousands, if not millions of years, and you have no clue. Okay? And then on top of that, if you don't like the way I interview, don't watch. It's very interesting how many people think that they can do this, but yet they haven't been doing it for 3 years. All right? So my job is to try to focus on something, but I also want to get as much as I can in a period of time. And with Jason, I have learned that I'm going to have to tweak it as I go. But if you don't like it, either start your own damn show or shut your mouth. Because I will block you. Trust me. There's plenty of followers coming in every single solitary day that want information. And if I find one of your posts that was at all negative or judgmental about myself or him or anybody else that I interview, I will literally delete you off the feed. It's that simple. Myself, Jason, Charlie Ward, Charlie Freak, Laura Eisenhower, like all of these people are using their time on a daily basis to educate and give as much knowledge as humanly possible about what we have been studying and understanding for a long time. We don't need, and I get it, there's going to be haters. This is not for the haters because I was triggered by you. This is because I refuse to allow myself or my friends to be judged over working our asses off to help humanity move forward. The kid is a genius. The kid is so damn smart and has so much information in his head, he almost doesn't know where to start because he literally, if he could download everything he knows in 30 seconds to you to save you, he would do it. But he can't because that's not how we work. And so he's going to spread it as much as humanly possible. And I'm going to help him do that. So now I'm going to show you one of his feeds from earlier today and just take you briefly through it. He has actually offered, if I pay for shipping, he has actually offered to literally send me copies of everything he has. Like, this is a good dude. So I'm working with him to find a way so that I can help take his notes, have him help explain it while I go through certain things. So don't expect this like tomorrow. Expect it over a period of time. I'm going to do my best to see, because I also don't want 1,000 boxes in my house either. But I also do want to find a way to get his notes to you in a concise way and help him explain it out so that you guys understand. But I would say overall, for the first time he's ever been on camera, he did a pretty damn good job. Okay? So thank you for those who are supporting, and screw you guys for who actually judged him. Okay? Moving on. Let me show you his feed. Okay. Here we go. I'm not going to go to the latest one because that one I have to look over. Okay? I'm going to go to this one down here because this just happens to have something to do with what we're going to talk about. Excuse me. I got laughing. Okay. This one is regarding hurricanes and storms. All right? This was 11 hours ago, so this was this morning. I woke up to this one. They must really think we are sling blade stupid. It's almost as if they are just flat out on a scientific snitchathon. Ray Charles could have pointed on a map and told the media. So we have storms coming, all right? Where these manufactured hurricanes are created. Why are the tornado and the hurricane their go-to for weather disturbances? Because it correlates with their symbolism. They have to be such whores about everything, following the numbers, ancient symbolism, and just pure evil. What does a tornado and a hurricane have that no other type of weather disturbance has? The good old Eye of Horus symbolism. This one blew my mind this morning because I never thought of that. But yes, the eye of the storm. The one eye, all-seeing eye, the Masonic stink star. Now, after reading the article, it's just like any other storm they describe. And yes, hurricanes and tornadoes are manipulated and created. We've known about that, but I did not put together the whole eye of the storm. This is why this dude's a genius. He looks this stuff up. He takes the paperwork and then he researches the paperwork. So, there's a distance, 7,396 miles from the United States to Africa, which is code. Now, here we go. A look at where tropical systems tend to form and track during the month of August. The forecasters are now calling for up to 25 named storms with winds of 39 miles per hour or higher. Of those, 7 to 10 become hurricanes. All right? 3 to 6 will be major, classified as 3, 4, and 5. Excuse me, sorry. I got all worked up. Okay. Hurricane Maker. 25 storms. 2 plus 5 equals 7. 7 to 10 could become hurricanes. Q mentioned about the same percentage when aircraft was crashing, depressurizing, etc. Cat 3, 4 plus and 5. 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals 12. And I don't fully understand all this stuff. I'm gonna have him actually. I'm gonna have him transcribe some of this or decode some of this stuff. Okay, but he's putting together the numbers with the storm. Okay. This was the same exact thing that said in the NOAA briefing. 25 named storms. Of those, 7 to 10 of those could become hurricanes. Of those, 3 to 6 will be major, classified as Cat 3, 4, and 5. Winds 111 miles per hour and up. Okay? Wind speed. Wind speed. Okay? 12 plus 6 equals 18. Wind speed 111 miles per hour and up. 18 divided by 3 from the previous numbers is 666. Speed of the globe's orbit 66.600. Curvature in 1 mile squared 0.66 feet and axis tilt 66.6 degrees. What I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, did we say they control the planet? Is that right? U.S. to Africa, 7,396 miles. Spin of the globe equals 1,040 miles per hour west to east. Storms aren't on a spinning ball. System moving at 15 miles per hour in the Caribbean. Florida will see in 7 hours, 7 minutes. He actually has the wind speed down. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to go deeper on this, okay? All right. he's just doing math. Like he's just doing crazy math. The 66.6, he using the GDP. I'm gonna have him break more of this down because I don't even fully understand it all. All right. Tweet number 1, POTUS called the hurricane hits. Okay. Very little reporting about the great GDP numbers announced yesterday. 3.0 despite the big hurricane hits. Best consecutive Qs in years. Oh my god. I hope you guys are like little understanding this. Ever wonder how things in the end would be mathematically impossible, just a mere coincidence? He was amongst them. He knew them. He studied them. Yeah. So he's exactly, Sherry. He's proofing flat Earth science. I'm going to show you this in 1 second, okay? Because after all, 6 o'clock could be dangerous, which is a Q drop. And there is your new standard map of the world. I don't know what date this was. There is your flat Earth, which I'm going to go to more in a minute. Because remember I told you guys I never really studied the flat Earth because it never really meant much to me until I realized I was missing out. All right? I was missing out big time. And look at the top. What is that? Oh, that's right. That's a pyramid with an all-seeing eye on the top. As it is 6 o'clock at the top. Oh, my goodness. Okay. It keeps going on. What do you think they meant when they kept pointing out what their goal is? To flatten the curve. The Vatican declared the Earth to be a globe. Copernicus didn't even own a telescope. Impossible again. He's literally he's like Rain Man. I'm telling you, he's okay. Now, so there's Jason's thing on flat Earth, right? Okay, is everyone's mind like melted now? The flat Earth is a real deal. Now, I want to show you something. Is it really a flat Earth? Now, not flat like you think it is. Okay. Not perfectly flat, all right? What it is called a oblate spheroid. Oblate spheroid, okay? I'm going to tell you which one I think is probably the closest to it. Not necessarily any of these, I don't think, because they make it a little too... This one is probably... closest, I would guess roughly, but I'm not saying it's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna say that's roughly the same. Okay, now oblate spheroid. This is an oblate spheroid. Okay, oblate. So when they say flat, we're not talking about a perfectly like flat, as in like a plate. That's not what they mean. Oblate spheroid is more it, okay? And I just had it on there. Here it is. So do you see how that's flat technically on the top? That's what you're looking at. Okay. There is also an oblate spheroid. It's not a sphere and it's not fully flat, but it's more flat than it is a sphere, okay? That's what they mean. Here's another one. Okay, oblate, which would make sense. I mean, that could be honestly. There's actually an app for this as well. You can buy an Apple app. Oh, if I get it to come up here, hold on a second. There we go. Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac is on the. I'm gonna buy this right afterwards. It's $2.99. I'm gonna buy it. Okay, I want to see what it is. There are screenshots that I don't think I can open here. They will not allow me to open it. I'd have to open it on something else. They won't enlarge, but you can kind of see how that looks there. Okay, if you have an iPhone. All right. Now, the other interesting thing is if you go to the White House of Barack Obama, all right, the White House of Barack Obama talked about a new blue marble. This was back in 2015. Now, they don't say anything about flat Earth, but it's interesting how they call it the blue marble photo. Now, I also wanted to take you back before I show you something. I'm going to show you two more things. Okay. I told you that my wife once had a patient who worked for NASA. By the way, as I slide into this next part, the NASA logo has a red, like two lines of red coming down. Okay, they go like this. I'll show you maybe in a second. There's two lines that go across the NASA logo. They're red. Those lines are the reptilian snake tongue, the serpent tongue. That's what they are. There's no other reason for them there. And if you look at it and you actually analyze it with the rest of everything that's on it and the star systems are on it, that's what it is. Okay? So now I'm going to show you the rest and how your planet in your world is controlled. So let me take you to the United Nations logo. So there's the United Nations logo. All right. My dog is barking. The United Nations logo. Okay. So that's, oh, here it comes up. My dog is howling now. That's okay. So there is the United Nations logo. Now, can I tell you that shows a flat Earth? All right? That's a flat Earth. Okay. The wreath around it is not what you think it is. It is not a pretty little wreath that goes around it. That is representing the galactic battle outside of this planet. Okay? That's what that stands for. And then you have the flat Earth on the inside. All right. Now, let me take it a step further. Now that I've blown everyone's minds out and they're like, oh my God, what is he talking about? Okay. Right. Now, here you go. What is this one? Oh, what is this logo? Oh, that's right. This is the World Health Organization logo. Again, we have the United Nations logo, but what do we have on top of it? Oh, that's right. It's the medical symbol. However, why do we have a serpent, right? A serpent. Why do we have a serpent on top of the flat Earth around the galactic wreath? All right. Why do we have a serpent? Oh, could it mean that the draconian reptilians, as Jason Q also stated, oh, that's right, they control your health care. They control pharmaceuticals. They control the whole damn thing. Why do you think the United Nations, why do you think the World Health Organization are trying to run the whole thing? Why would a serpent be the medical symbol? Why? It makes no sense. Why would I want a snake, right, as a medical symbol? You think there's not a reason why this snake here that was the colonial snake? So this is what the colonials created, right? The founders. Do you think there's a reason why the snake is cut up behind me? They cut the snake because they were destroying Draco reptilian control. Yeah, holy hell, Amber is right. Welcome to your wake-up call. I told you this is all tied and connected together. And the World Trade Organization director today stepped down. All right? So, I just want you to wake up to what's going on around you. Now, I'm going to show you one last thing. There's no audio on this. of course, because the audio is not working tonight. However, I can show you the video, and don't worry, there's not a whole lot of talking behind it. So just watch. These were in the sky above this gentleman's house. He's basically showing how they are lining up on the camera. The guy's like freaking out, like, what the hell is going on? What are these things? What is this? He couldn't figure it out. They just kept moving around, going into different order. Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying that they're UFOs. I'm not saying that at all. I don't know what they are. They could be anything. It could be satellites. I'm just saying I'm just letting you know that things are changing. But I'm and yes, I understand they could be Starlink. I get that. Okay, I didn't say they're UFOs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that our world is shifting fast. Okay? I don't know if so this is how I break this down, because every single day, guys, I go through, I sit in both sides of my brain on a daily basis, okay? Left brain, right brain. I'm a very scientific minded individual, or I wouldn't be doing what I do, but I'm also a very artistic minded individual, and I like to think in the emotional or the spiritual, the high vibration kind of world, right? So, I would like to think Q is 100% legitimate, but I also understand that it could be not good. I promote and support the President of the United States because he says the right things and it appears he's doing the right things. But it could also be the New World Order. I totally get it. I could go either way on everything. Either way, I am telling you right now, and Jason Q is going to drop more on you than you thought you could ever be dropped on you today. Today was not that deep. All right. He's going to go into things that challenge everything, but I wanted to give you a heads up. Either way, we are heading into a world that will never, ever, ever be the same again. And it's going to be a positive world. Yes, Jason Q is a Q supporter. Jason Q not only believes, he says he knows that Q is real and POTUS is legit and we're taking down the system. The stuff that you're going to hear over the next several weeks from him, again, we're entering into a fifth dimension. We are entering into an ascension that you never could have imagined was coming. I am not stepping on anyone's faith. I am not stepping on anyone's belief. I am not, I am open individual. I accept anybody from any faith, any background, anything. I don't care. So, when things are said, don't take offense. Look at it. Understand it. If you don't want it, throw that part out. But if you don't listen and understand what he's talking about and what we're diving into here, because I'm going to tell you right now, I love Praying Medic. I love the Lisa May Crawleys of the world. I love the Inevitable ETs. I love all of these Anons. However, I'm going to tell you that most of them are at a strictly political level. They're only watching the political daily left and right paradigm, just like anybody else. Now, obviously, they want the left-right paradigm to go away. However, I am not in that world. I am past COVID. I am past the political aspect. I am now looking at how does this world go forward, both financially, healthcare wise, spiritually, as well as technologically, because Jason Q tells me that there are over 2 million motherships waiting outside the Earth's atmosphere right now, waiting to come in when they need to and cheering on humanity to take down the enemy that is suppressing us for millennia. We are entering into a brand new planet. I'm not saying a brand new world order. I'm saying a brand new planet, because I believe, I have faith that we are entering into we're entering into a planet that is for us. That we get rid of destruction, we get rid of corruption, and we go to a life of humanitarians. We have an American Renaissance where we follow art again, we create again, we build again, we take care of our people. We don't allow people to starve no matter what nation, background, culture, religion they're from. Because guess what? No matter what, we are one human race. We have different, all the other stuff does not matter. Okay? And I'm going to talk just straight up here. It does not matter if you are a certain faith. It does not matter if you're a certain color. It does not matter if you have a certain lifestyle choice. At the end of the day, we are a human race, and we are divided up into our own countries and our own cultures, which are okay and good for us. But we need to take care of our human race and as a planet going forward. And that is what this planet is going to be based on, is surviving and helping ourselves thrive into a fifth dimensional and beyond world. And as Jason said, realizing that you are not this meat body. You are actually trapped in this meat body. You are a spiritual being that lives forever. There is no death. So no matter what happens on this planet, and trust me, I don't want to physically die, right? But you can't die. And that's one of the problems. They become so obsessed about controlling us that they want us dead, but they don't realize it comes right back around possibly, okay? So I'm going to upset a lot of people, but it is time to enter into the next phase of our existence. Good. Now that I've dumped all that on you, who has questions? I will take a few questions and then I'm going to wrap it up. All right? I will take a few questions and then I will wrap it up. So what are your questions? Okay? I'm glad I dropped some of that information on you. I hope you guys are surviving it. I hope you guys are still alive after all that. Let's see. I don't know about Jordan Maxwell. I know about him, but I don't know what he teaches. Let's see here. Hold on one second. Oops. Hold on. Let me show you something. Oh, never mind. I don't have that. Okay. Let's see. What questions do you have? Does he know it in the envelopes? I don't know. I'll have to ask him. He's going to be back. I told him probably later this week. Is that okay? Later this week? Let's see. Closed-minded people. I don't know how to help closed-minded people. I can only do so much. Okay? What was their world before ours? Ooh, good question. I do believe that even though it is a, what would we call it? An oblate spheroid, that there are things living underneath the ground still. Okay? I saw something about a... Oh, you guys have questions that are so good. I don't want to miss them. Here we go. Did we mess up if we ended up on Earth? He's going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Earth that is a trap, a prison planet. We're going to go into that later. I'm going to let him tell you what he told me. Okay, let's see. ET hybrid experiments. You're saying there's no God. I did not say there's no God. I am 100% believer in God. Do not try to corner myself or anybody else on this show into the non-belief of God. That is not where any of us have gone. Every single person I have had on this show, including myself, are strong believers in God, and most of us in Christ. So don't even go down that road. I love you all, but this is not about attacking that stuff. This is not about saying what is wrong, what is right. This is about learning and gaining knowledge going forward into what we're entering into, okay? Let's see. I don't know what's happening in Melbourne, Australia, Helena. I don't know. I'll have to find out, or we can ask around. Let's see. Did Jason Q say that Trump has a twin? He said he has clones, yes. Is there a firmament? I'm going to have to go study the firmament, by the way. I haven't read that in a long time. Do they believe JFK Jr. is alive? Yes, they do. In some way, shape. Now here, hold on a second. Let me explain to you something, and here, I'm going to piss everybody else off again. So let me explain this. When I say they're alive, I think Jason believes that what Tesla found, as well as others, that the spirit and the soul come back around again, and they figured out, with the help of others, how to come back with the same consciousness into a different body and still carry on their original plan. I'll let him explain it. He actually explains it really well. Okay. Let's see. So is there an outer space? Yeah, of course. Yeah, physical being, not spiritual, correct. Trump was already here. Where can you watch Jason Q? You can't watch Jason Q. He doesn't do his own show. I brought him on today. You can watch him on my YouTube channel. YouTube is probably the best because Facebook has been really pushing down views. YouTube is actually growing faster. Let's see. I believe he said the real Trump wore red, but I don't remember. I'm going to have to go back to him and watch it again. Are the other planets not round too? I don't know. I haven't discussed that with him. Remember, I'm just now diving into this part of it. I've never really been in the flat earth world, okay? Wouldn't that be reincarnation? Possibly, Alicia, yes. Remember, there's evidence that reincarnation was taken out of the Bible. Very good evidence, actually. Okay? Tunnel Children update. My opinion is that when the Civil War hits, they're going to bring the children out, which will stop everything, and everyone will come together for the children. I don't know about the New York Bill A99. You can send it to me and I'll look at it. Let's see. Real Trump is red. Yeah, that's what I believe he said. Yep. A coin is round but also flat. True. Do you think Melania knows? I think Melania knows a lot. Okay. Let's see. Who are the white hats? They're the good guys. I couldn't tell you all the white hats. I don't know. Okay. Great after show to Jason Q. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Yes. Conscious reincarnation, Christina. Correct. Let's see. I would have. You'll have to go back and watch what Jason says about Christ. That's a whole other topic. Are there reptilians? Yes, there are. You also have to watch because. By the way, I offered Young Pharaoh an interview platform, and I have not heard back from him. So I don't chase people. I do not chase people. All right. I have too much to do in my daily world to have to chase people. Let's see. I cannot repeat everything I said, Raul, but I appreciate it. We will do Antarctica. I'll probably have Jason do Antarctica with me because he has some really good data on it. He told me. All right. Let's see. Okay, a couple more questions, and I'm done for the night. I gotta get some sleep. I have been running on very little sleep. What is the scoop with adrenochrome and fentanyl? You have to go watch the Jason stuff. I'll ask him more about it, but I'm not gonna repeat it all. You have to brace for something bad coming. You always have to be prepared. I'm not saying it is or it isn't. You just have to be prepared. I've been telling you that for months. Be prepared. There's much more than 5 species of aliens. There's lots of species. Yes, white hats are former military. That is correct. Thank you, C. Let's see. I will ask about time travel. Absolutely. Okay, one more question, and then I am shutting it down. RH negative are a Draconian bloodline. That is most likely correct. Yes, Terry. See what you're entering into. That is correct, Samuel. That is correct. Okay. If you have a question, I'll answer it. Other than that, I'm gonna head out. I know you guys want a lot of information, so maybe I'll put out a survey for it. Okay? Would everyone like a survey to find out what next information they want to see? Because there's a lot of topics, and I only have so much time in the day. So let's see. Okay, good. Will you replay the Jason Q interview? No, just go on YouTube and read and watch it. It's on YouTube, Corinne. I'm not going to replay. You just go watch it. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's on Periscope. It's all over the place. But I will have them on probably either later or next week. One of the two. Okay. All right. I like it. Excellent. All right, guys. There's a lot of stuff coming in. Let me know if you need it. If you need health help below, that's good. Other than that, I am going to call it a night because I have not slept great lately. Okay? I will answer more questions as much as possible. Maybe I will do a Noble Patriot After Dark this week as well. How would you like that? Noble Patriot After Dark. Maybe I'll put something like that together. You guys rock. I love you all. I'm sorry, not really, that I challenged all of your stories and paradigms. This is about growth on a physical, mental, and spiritual level. I will only say this. If you listen to something and it makes you squirm, it worries you, it upsets you, it makes you mad, it makes you want to run away, I can say this. It is not so much about the information you are given, it's about the reaction you gave to it. Because we are a mirror. If something makes you react, it is not the thing that made you react. It is your reaction to it. What you have to do is you have to find out why you have such a deep reaction to it. Because quite honestly, you could tell me tomorrow that there was everything I ever believed was completely wrong and it's the opposite. And I'm going to move. I'm going to move on. I'm going to go, okay, I got it. So let's keep going. All right. So if you are challenged to the point where it creates an anger or a weird emotion in you, then you have to turn around and look at yourself, because no one has the power to upset you. The problem is that there's something in you that has to be handled. And once that's handled, you won't have that reaction anymore. And you can just say, okay, I don't believe in that and I'm going to move on. But if that anger pops up or that worry pops up, that's something in you that actually has to be handled. So, Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, go find someone tomorrow to serve and help. Be well. Love you all.